Lennox Lewis stands alone atop boxing's heavyweight division.
Lennox Lewis knocks out Mike Tyson.
So dominant that the thoroughly beaten Mike Tyson declined a preordained rematch. So dominant that no clear-cut #1 challenger exists. So dominant that any opponent hoping to beat Lewis would need to pull off the boxing upset of the year.
All them fighters that are out there right now are Class B. I'm Class A.
Enter fistic giant Vitali Klitschko. He of the 6'8" frame and sledgehammer right hand.
That's an open right-handed Vitali Klitschko.
Dismissed by critics as awkward and untested, Klitschko boasts 31 knockouts in 33 fights. His puncher's chance, improved by Lewis's advanced age, his full year of inactivity, his suspect chin, and the sudden adjustment to fighting Klitschko on less than 2 weeks' notice. So tonight, Vitali Klitschko puts his career on the line to ask a simple question. Is Lennox Lewis, having accomplished everything he hoped for, now on the downside of a great career? The answer comes tonight as 13 feet and 500 pounds of heavyweight power collide for the sport's biggest prize.
Nobody better leave their seat because it could all end like that.
For Lewis and Klitschko, tonight's significant meeting was not expected until December. But when Lewis's scheduled opponent Kirk Johnson injured a chest muscle in training 2 weeks ago, an 11th-hour deal was negotiated for Vitali Klitschko to replace Johnson. Klitschko had been preparing to fight Cedric Boswell on the undercard tonight, an apparent tune-up before facing Lewis. Instead, on very short notice, Klitschko now moves up dramatically in class to face the heavyweight champ.
You've questioned his heart. What about his skill level?
You know, I'm a five-dimensional fighter. I don't consider him a five-dimensional fighter. There's certain things that I can do and he can't do, and I believe my skill levels are a lot more than his.
How do you imagine it'll feel to be looking up at an opponent? You're a big guy. He's bigger.
Yeah, but when he's on the canvas, he'll be looking up at me, and he'll realize how big I am.
So you thinking you'll make very quick work of him? 2-3 rounds?
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm going to make quick work of him. You know, when an opportunity presents itself, I'll definitely take advantage of it.
Is this potentially the first of a two-part Lewis-Klitschko situation?
Well, I've always said one for breakfast, one for lunch. Somebody took my breakfast, so he's my lunch.
The new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
When Roy Jones Jr. beat John Ruiz, the immediate talk was, okay, who among the heavyweights can Roy Jones Jr. fight? Evander Holyfield, Chris Byrd. All of us said it's out of the question for him to face Lennox Lewis. He's just too big and too skillful. But now it appears that that fight could very well happen.
Yeah, it could happen. You know, Roy Jones hasn't really said to me that, yeah, he wants to fight me. He's always said that he wants to fight Johnny Ruiz. Now he wants to fight Evander Holyfield. Makes no sense. Evander Holyfield's slow. He's an old man. You know, why take advantage of him? If he wants to be a true heavyweight, you know, might as well come to Lennox Lewis. Instead, you know, they call him the Superman, Roy Jones. Well, I've got some kryptonite for him. He has to realize that this is my weight class. So if he wants to test, I'll take the S off his chest.
Well, that fight is where the money is, because the public would be fascinated by it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, that's going to be the talks of all barbershops, all people at work. Everybody on the street will be talking about that fight.
Why do you think it is that you haven't been fully embraced by the American public? The theory is, at least one theory, Jamaican background, grew up in England, fought for Canada in the Olympics, and boxing is all about attaching yourself to somebody, some identification with somebody, and people can't figure out where to hook into you.
Well, my attachment is I'm a world champion, and I think the fact that I've been to all these countries and have ties to all these countries, that makes me a unique boxer. The fact that that's what makes me as good as I am today, because I could take a little from each place and put into one, and which makes the finished result, and that's me, the best.
Okay, George, Lennox Lewis obviously believes there is very little chance that he relinquishes his title tonight. But earlier this week, you were quoted as saying that if somehow Vitali Klitschko becomes the heavyweight champion, that will bring you at age 55 out of retirement. Were you joking?
No, not a joke at all. In January 10th, by the way, I'll be 55. The demographics, 55 through 65. Tired of waiting around. I get examined every year. Doctors looking for something. They're not going to find anything. You can still hope at 65. And I'm in that demographic just about. I can still do it. Sure, people say you can wake up in the morning. My wife tell me, watch the Dow Jones report early in the morning on CNN. I'm tired of that. I got things to do with my life. I've been to Alaska. I've caught the big fish. Now I want an adventure. I don't want to buy a new car, a new condominium. I want to fight.
You know, to be in good health at 55 is one thing. To be in fighting shape is another. Could you get a license? Could a fight be sanctioned?
I'd like to wake up in the morning just like everybody else and say, now I'm an old man. Put me to bed. It's not happening. Any doctor would examine me just like he would any other guy, young 24-year-old guy. Stay away from the colon, you know.
Yeah, it's a legitimate observation right there. Okay, folks, if you have some opinion as to what the chance is that Klitschko might win, well, whatever your opinion is, log on to HBO.com/boxing and vote on who you think will win tonight's fight. Celebrities in attendance. Well, there's Vitali Klitschko in the blue with his younger brother, Vladimir. And Vladimir was thought by many to be the better of the two and on track for a shot himself as we look at David Duchovny of the X-Files in attendance. Gary Shandling, one of the great comic geniuses of our time. John Cusack, film star. Lionel Richie minus the Commodores. Billy Zane off the Titanic safely is here. Keyshawn Johnson, a favorite in these parts because he played at USC with the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks. And a rousing cheer greeted Sylvester Stallone when he came in. I'm sure the same reception was afforded Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant.
I spoke to him earlier this week about the big chance and how he got it. When a torn chest muscle sidelined Kirk Johnson 2 weeks ago, the door opened for Vitali Klitschko to fight Lennox Lewis, and the Ukrainian heavyweight accepted the challenge without hesitation.
I prepared for the fight against Basbel very hard, like for World Championship. That's why I am in great form. That's why I accepted proposal from Lennox Lewis camp to fight him.
Do you think it will be to your advantage that he has only 2 weeks to prepare to fight you?
Yes.
Because?
Because all opponents underestimate me. Because my style look not so impressive. It's very effective.
Vitali Klitschko stunningly and mysteriously dropping out of a fight in which he appeared headed toward an easy victory.
He doesn't have the mentality of a champion.
Your loss to Chris Byrd when you had to retire because of an injured shoulder, that was your lowest moment. Was it difficult to come back from that?
It was painful for me because I have a lot of critique. I don't have heart. I can't fight. I never will be big. I never will be world champion. I have dreams and I work really hard every sparring, every training to show for everybody it's not true.
Having grown up amid the austerity of the Soviet Union, and after building his professional career in newly reunited Germany, Vitali and his family have opted within the past year to live in a place that's a long way from Kiev and a long way from Hamburg, too. Beverly Hills, California.
When you will be best in the boxing, you have to come to the United States because United States maker of boxing. And when you're strongest one, you have to fight here in the United States.
Left behind, the comfort of the German cocoon within which the Klitschko brothers' fortune and fame soared to the heights of commercial impact.
Skalpell. Skalpell. Will Sie durchkommen, Dr. Klitschko?
Milchschnitte. Schmeckt leicht und man bleibt gut drauf.
But recent events prove It's what you do inside the ring, not outside, that matters most.
Another knockdown, and the referee stops the fight, and thus ends the Vladimir Klitschko Express.
A few months ago, you had to watch from the corner as your brother suffered his painful, shocking, violent loss to Corey Sanders. How did that make you feel?
It's very difficult to explain my emotion in this moment.
Did it hurt your heart?
I broke my heart because boxing is very hard sport. And I hope it never happens with Vladimir.
Both Vitali and Vladimir have suffered losses that raise questions about their toughness. Tonight, Vitali looks not only to dethrone the emperor of the heavyweight division, but also to restore the honor of the Klitschko family name.
We split our wins for both brothers, and we split our losses for both brothers too. And it's very important for me to make the fight against Lennox Lewis and beat him, because I will be fight not for me. It's Lennox Lewis don't know he fight against two brothers Klitschko.
Both Vitali Klitschko and brother Vladimir have emphatically said under no circumstances would they ever fight each other. Vitali Klitschko told us jokingly yesterday that part of his motivation tonight against Lennox Lewis is to help George Foreman fulfill his dream and bring him out of retirement and thereby please the boxing public. As for Lennox Lewis, he brings a record of 42-1 into tonight's fight. The losses to Oliver McCall and Asim Rahman, the draw with Evander Holyfield, all of them later avenged. Let's go down to ringside, the three gentlemen who will call the fight as always, Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, and George Foreman. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Bob Costas. And now we begin what you'll recognize as our traditional sequence toward building up to the fight. Larry Merchant, everybody knows now that Vitali Klitschko is big enough and strong enough to challenge Lennox Lewis. Is he good enough?
And tough enough. He is a huge man, but he moves like a piece of construction equipment. And yet, in theory, he shouldn't be as effective as he has been in practice, where it counts. But the real issues are whether he can deal with his skill and with his will with the punching power of Lennox Lewis, and whether he's ready to be a serious challenger for the heavyweight championship of the world, because an aging champion doesn't take him seriously. We've seen that movie before, Jim.
And how old is Lewis as heavyweight champions go? Well, tonight, he's trying to become only the third heavyweight champion ever to successfully defend the title beyond the age of 37. The first was Jersey Joe Walcott back in the 50s. The second, in 1995, was a fellow named George Foreman. George, we heard you say to Bob Costas upstairs that Lennox Lewis can sometimes be asleep at the wheel. Are you saying to us that tonight, 54 weeks removed from his last fight, at age 37, with Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson now clearly in the rearview mirror and at the highest weight ever of his career, 256.5, that he is asleep at the wheel?
Age has got nothing to do with it. Let's make that plain and clear. Right. Age factor has nothing to do with it, but he has an MO. He's been caught cold before. When he takes a guy for granted, an ex-champion or a guy who figures, hey, he can't beat me, he took this fight on a 2 weeks notice. Literally, you just don't do that as a heavyweight champion unless you're overconfident. Complacent, it may just happen.
All right, well, we'll see. Let's get ready now with the tail of the tape for Lennox Lewis and Vitali Klitschko. And this is, as you have read in your local papers, 13 feet, more than 500 pounds of heavyweights in the ring to contest the championship. Lewis, as we've mentioned, almost 38. At 6'5", he gives away maybe more than 2 inches in height to Vitali Klitschko. But in an anomaly, Lewis's reach is longer by 5 inches. Perhaps his long jab will be longer than Vitali's. Weight, as we've told you, the 256.5, the highest of Lewis's career, 3.5 pounds more than he weighed when he was knocked out by Asim Rahman in South Africa in April of 2001. Vitali is trim
at 248. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Lennox Lewis Vitali Klitschko fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case a cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell at any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, Lion Promotions is proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the linear, legitimate, and universally recognized undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Brought to you in association with SEM, E-Commerce Technology, Prize Fight Promotions, Universum Box Promotions, Jacob Watch Company, Perfect 10 Magazine, and the King of Beers, Budweiser. Sanctioned by the WBC, the IBO, and the California State Athletic Commission Chairman Van Gordon Souter, Vice Chairman Sanford Michelman. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Dr. James Jenkin, Tom Kazmarek, and Pat Russell. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Dr. Lou Moret. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with gold letters and officially weighing 248 pounds. His professional record, 32 victories, including 31 knockouts, with only 1 defeat. Tonight, he comes to the ring prepared to step through the threshold of greatness. From Kiev, Ukraine, the fighter with a PhD, the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Iron Fist Vitali Klitschko. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with red letters and officially weighing in at 256.5 pounds. In 1998, he captured Olympic gold, and now, as a professional, he has a record of 40 victories, including 31 knockouts against 2 defeats with 1 draw. And by way of rematch, he is one of the few fighters in boxing history to have defeated every opponent he has ever faced. From London, England, the linear, legitimate, universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Okay, gentlemen, I've given you instructions in the dressing room. I want a clean fight. Listen to my commands, shake hands, and await the bell. Good luck to both of you.
California. So will it be heaven or will it be hell for Vitali Klitschko? Most critics think it will be hell. And they look like John L. Sullivan and James J. Corbett before Lennox comes forward and lands the right hand.
Lennox Lewis is not an effective aggressor. He likes to catch you missing him and catch you with one. And he's not jumping around. He likes to jump in and out.
Although his trainer, Emmanuel Stewart, insists, George Foreman, that when faced with taller fighters, he has gone forward and been the aggressor. That's one of the things Emmanuel expects tonight. That's not his stuff. He likes to bounce. He just did a little bounce there. Both guys are getting low. No one is taking advantage of the height.
Break clean, get him going,
and both are fighters who tend to use their height to their advantage and fight behind the high guard. Vitali trying to land a looping right hand over the top. Lewis doesn't believe that Klitschko can improvise. Believes that Klitschko must be set up and in position to have a chance to land punches.
You see, when two tall guys get in the ring, it calls for a lot of clutching because nobody has room to move out of the way. One move and they're together.
Klitschko is being much more aggressive than experts thought he would be. It was thought that he would try to fight a more tactical fight.
Klitschko with the right, Lewis misses with the left. Klitschko pawing with his punches, but throwing punches as Lewis has not gotten his jab going early. Lennox Lewis throughout his career has been indomitable when throwing more than 30 jabs per round. He's not going to reach 30 jabs in this round unless he speeds up the pace.
George, why is Klitschko holding his left so low?
Well, Lennox Lewis is not standing so high as you see. They both start squatting after a while. When a guy's hand are that high, you just got to bring him a little low.
Hard right hand by Klitschko, best punch of the round.
Lennox Lewis is doing the old catching. He's standing right in the middle of the ring and using his shoulders now to catch shots.
Now there's a good jab by Lewis to back Klitschko off. Another little right hand inside by Vitali. And again, Lewis jabs him backward.
That's the jab that you've been waiting on. Lennox Lewis is starting to get a little effective with.
And he's starting to get warmed up is what's really happening, George. Not so tentative anymore. Two good jabs by Lewis. Now there's a looping right hand that misses big. Lands to end the round as we go to Vitali Klitschko's corner, where trainer Fritz Bedunik will be speaking German. Our interpreter is Jens Halling.
You're too close to him. Don't get too close to him. Stay away. Your punches are really good. Move more. Don't get too close to him. You hit him really, really good. A couple of times.
But you're putting a lot of pressure on him. He's not used to fight that much, okay?
He's breathing heavy.
Yeah, he's not used to fighting this type of pressure. Just keep the pressure on him. He's in your battlefield. Just keep the jab is working good.
Did he hit him good? A looping left that didn't work, but a right that did.
That second right hand, probably the most effective punch of a round in which, by CompuBox numbers, Klitschko threw 73 punches, landed 23. Lewis 18 out of 39, got his jab going late in the round, as you saw. And now Lewis begins to jab Klitschko backward again.
Klitschko has got to get back and just counter that jab one time.
Hard right hand landed by Klitschko. Lewis holds on.
Just counter that left jab because Lewis is throwing it out there, but he's dropping it low. Make him afraid to throw it if you're Klitschko. Make him afraid of it.
This is a far cry from the Lennox Lewis who did a paint job on Mike Tyson in Memphis last year. He doesn't yet look sharp as he did in that fight.
Well, he's got a different
left hand lands for Klitschko. Lewis momentarily stunned by the little left.
I think that Lewis is quite surprised at the aggression of Klitschko.
And Klitschko trying to launch the right hand again. This time Lewis partially blocks it.
Lewis just can't seem to wake up. You come in the ring dry. You catch a lot of shots before you can wake up. But this Klitschko guy, the fight is his. All he has to do is reach out and get it.
With awkward short arm shots, he's beating Lewis to the punch. He rips him again with the right hand. Lewis momentarily wobbles. And now Lewis is still wobbly as Vitali goes after him.
He landed a really stiff, straight right hand that wobbled Lewis.
Maybe Lewis knows what he's in with now, but it may be too late. Combinations for an increasingly confident Vitali Klitschko. Great right hand again.
Now this is what a fight could tell off on Klitschko because that's a big heavy man he's pushing around. You throw those kind of heavy shots and you get tired yourself.
Big left hand by Klitschko. Lewis wobbling again. Suddenly it looks as though Lennox may have made a fateful decision in choosing to take this fight with only 2 weeks' notice. Hard left hand his tracks. That changes the flow. You can bet Emanuel Stewart's going to have a lot to say to Lennox if he can make it out of this round. Klitschko trying to land that right hand one more time. Lewis ducking and stumbling. They trade big right hands. Lewis gets the worst of it.
This is Gary Ward on the highest level on the scale.
Now, all of this clutching and holding is going to have an effect on Klitschko. That man is heavy, Lennox Lewis.
And Lennox Lewis's left eye is beginning to swell, and there may be blood under the eye. Vitali Klitschko is roughing Lennox Lewis up as the second round begins to come down the stretch.
There's a big rub over the eyes of Lewis, who staggers back to the corner.
He's winning the fight. You've got to take it to him now, okay? You've got to experience in these big fights. You're getting hit sitting out here trying to time him. Take it to him now. The left hook is working good. Just take it to him, and when you get through with every punch, push at him. You understand? You
have to box faster. You almost got him. You did it very, very well. You almost got him.
Here's the big punch that changed that round. A straight right that got under the left of Lewis, it seemed. Lennox Lewis said that he didn't see any skill level in Klitschko. He's seeing something now.
Lennox Lewis walking unevenly to the middle of the ring as he goes after Klitschko, just as Emanuel Stewart told him to do. Now Lewis using the roughhouse tactics that we might have expected him to use.
Someone is bleeding pretty good there.
Lennox Lewis under the left eye, and now Vitali bleeding by the left eye as well. And Vitali's cut is over the eye. Triple jab by Klitschko and a right hand to follow. Lewis can't stop him. Big right hand by Lewis.
There has never been a heavyweight championship between big men with this kind of intense action.
Big left hook by Lewis. And another. Doesn't throw it all that often. Landed both of those.
Boy, that cut is bad. That cut is bad. Klitschko is hurt.
And he lands a huge right hand on Lewis.
If he can just continue, he can win it.
Long way to go in round three. Both right hand have been hurt a lot. Left hook by Klitschko. Lewis again with a left hook over the top. Now he begins to jab away at Klitschko's badly damaged eye. Swinging right hand. It's just a Pier 6 brawl in there, guys.
Lance, who do you have in your corner to work on your eye? He can win this if he doesn't stop by the eye. Too much blood coming out of the eye.
So far, Lewis has yet to land his big right hand. When will it come? Will it come?
I think Lewis is taking the hardest shot.
Big jab forces Vitali back. And now a hard right hand by Klitschko stops Lewis's rush. But Lennox Lewis is into the fight now and much steadier on his feet than in the first two rounds.
It's that blood. He see the blood, and he's not going to be deterred now. Once you see an eye like that.
He got the two best cut men in the sport in the eyes of many here. Joe Souza will be working on Vitali Klitschko. He has saved Arturo Gatti's career several times. Al Gavin will be working on Lennox Lewis.
Lewis, if you ask me, he's just not in shape.
No. Please.
He entered the fight not in good shape.
10 seconds, guys.
So 256 meant what it sounded like. A complacent Lennox Lewis once again, but fighting his way into the fight. And Vitali Klitschko's left eye is ripped up.
Okay, we're calling timeout to look at the cut.
Can you go forward with that? Can you
No
with that?
way.
We have more time. We call timeout.
Ring doctor in Vitali's corner is Paul Wallace. That's a horrid gash.
It looks like they've controlled that.
Okay, I'll keep watching it. Okay, time in. Linke Hand und weg hier, nicht stehen bleiben. Geht zur Seite. You have like 15 more seconds. Wieder rein in diese Runde. Das ist es. Punch.
It is some love.
Round 4 begins. All-out war. Harold Letterman, how do you have it so far? Don't take long, Harold.
I'll get Jim 2-1, 29-28. Vitali Klitschko. I gave Vitali the first 2. Lennox Lewis definitely the third with the good right hands.
They fall down together. Referee Lou Filippo is not going to rule this a knockdown.
That's that heavy weight. Lennox Lewis, you keep leaning on you, it's just going to drop you down to the floor.
Well, he's only 8 pounds more than this guy.
Lewis trying to get another right hand on Vitali's badly damaged eye. The Lewis comeback in round 3 was fueled by his landing 17 out of 28 jabs. Vitali misses with the right hand. Lewis barging forward with the jab. Telephone pole.
All Lennox Lewis have to do now is stay on the right side. Klitschko can't see him out of that eye, the left eye, I'm sorry. Stay on the left eye. He can't even see over on that side.
And Lewis jabbing the eye, jabbing the eye. Beginning to regain some of his technical form. Both fighters very tired already. Lewis breathing with his mouth open.
Big men have a difficulty fighting at this pace.
I'm sorry, but the corner's got to take a good look at this guy's eye. I know it's a world heavyweight title match and all that, but a man has got to see for the rest of his life as well.
Are you surprised they didn't stop it, George?
I'm very surprised.
I'm not surprised at all in a heavyweight championship fight. I think Klitschko is determined to redeem the Klitschko name in terms of his courage and his will.
One shot, he can do it too. One right hand.
Well, I'll tell you what, win or lose, I don't think anybody's going to say he's heartless again.
No, he's got heart. He's not even asking for pity. It's a long ways up there for Lennox Lewis trying to throw that right hand.
Hard right hand landed for Klitschko. Lewis blocking that right hand. Vitali still getting off 4 punches. And Lennox. Lewis taking advantage of the clinch to pound Vitali to the belly. Sloppy left hook by Lewis. In close, he brings the right hand over the top and hits the cut again. Left hand right onto the damaged eye by Lewis. Round 4 coming to a close.
Lewis appears to be really tired. We've never seen this Lennox Lewis before.
All right, you're coming on good now. He still got that round, but you're coming on good. His man is getting tired. One thing, you're pushing him all the time now. Keep pushing your weight on him all while you're inside the clinch. The left hook, if you ever catch him with the left hook, he's going to be going down.
Don't stand still so much. You have to move more. Use your left hand more. More power in your left hand. And move quicker. Let me have a look at your eye. Avoid his right hand. And then you use your left hand. Very quick.
And for the first time between rounds, a look in the eyes of Vitali Klitschko that looked something like discouragement. Surely he knows the danger he's in with his eye that badly cut. But in the 4th round, Klitschko got off 66 punches to only 27 for Lewis.
Boy, that is one small referee in there, I tell you.
Let him go. Stop.
Klitschko has done an excellent job of staying away from that big overhand right of Lewis, but he's now being hit with some uppercuts inside.
He's not afraid of Lennox Lewis. Every time the Lennox Lewis hit him with something, he hits him back.
Lewis. You heard Emmanuel Stewart saying that the left hook could be the punch that would put Vitali away, and Lennox just landed a monster. But Vitali comes back with his jab. Right hand staggers Klitschko momentarily. And good professional work by Lewis against the ribcage as Vitali takes it, and referee Lou Moret just looks on.
I don't know how the referee can let that holding and hitting go on.
One punch, one hand is open, and you're allowed to do that, George.
You cannot hold and hit. If one guy's holding you, they have to break it.
Lewis trying to land a haymaker. Vitali lands another right hand across the top. And pops Lewis twice with the jab. The difference in energy level still significantly in favor of Vitali Klitschko, but his eye begins to drain blood again.
Lewis is there for him. All he has to do is just take it.
Lewis leaning against the ropes as though he's all done in. Klitschko didn't bite.
Didn't bite at all. Lennox Lewis is ready to be taken. Klitschko has got to suck it up and become heavyweight champ of the world.
The conditions for an upset were obvious to everybody. Nobody knew whether Vitali Klitschko had the stuff to pull it off.
He can still do it. One good right hand and Lennox Lewis is on the canvas.
Well, Vitali's certainly ahead on points, and the way he's throwing punches, he might stay that way. But can he finish the fight with that eye? Hard to imagine.
Neither one looks like they could finish the fight, Jim.
No, Lewis doesn't look like he's going to make it to the finish line just on sheer physical energy. But Lewis beginning to sharpen up his punches and landing at a higher and higher rate.
Can't do it with the overhand rights tonight. Neither guy can do it with overhand right. They got to come straight down the middle with straight right hand.
Well, you got to be sharper than this to be good with the right hand. Lennox is just winging, looping haymakers. Crowd getting their money's worth.
Let me see your eye. Clean that up. Deep breath. Give him some water.
It's not bleeding there, man. Rechte Overzang, wenn er kommt.
You need a right uppercut if he's coming at you. Give him a little iron. Clean that up for me. Breathe deep. Lean back. Give me some ice.
Виталий, спокойно, руки на место. Пробуй. Левый прямой, правый прямой. Lewis sboku, prawo prямой.
Gotta get up. Sehr schnell, Vitali. Geh weg und dann hau die rechte mit. Aber rüberlegen.
With each passing round, the chance increases that Vitali Klitschko will see his bid for the heavyweight championship end on that bad left eye cut while he's winning the fight on points.
Lennox Lewis is trying to do it all with one big right hand. His corner told him, throw the left hip hook. Just throw the right hand and come back with the hook.
Between rounds, hard right hand by Vitali Klitschko. Between rounds, every time the doctor goes into Vitali's corner, they're pausing the clock. So as long as a minute and a half has been going by between rounds, and that's got to be a help to Lewis, as exhausted as he looks at the end of these rounds.
Lennox Lewis is so tired that if Klitschko just hit him with a combination, he'll go down.
Lewis flagrantly under condition for the fight, or so it would appear. And Vitali trying to take advantage through a blinded left eye. Oh, what an uppercut.
Vicious uppercut by Lewis.
Klitschko holds on.
He can no longer see. He's fighting on pure heart, Klitschko is now.
Hey, guess what, guys? He can take a punch, too.
And he's got heart.
That was the kind of uppercut with which Lennox Lewis finished Michael Grant in Madison Square Garden.
And he gets one back.
Vitali with an uppercut of his own.
Learning on the job.
Lewis jabs him away. Good left hook by Lewis. Solid blow. Lewis exhausted again. But strong enough to fend Vitali off inside.
Lewis just has no respect for the power. Although the guy's got hitting him hard, he has no respect.
He ought to have respect. He was wobbly in round 2.
But he's got no respect. He hasn't decided, I'm going to duck and bounce and stay out of the way of harm.
Stop.
The belief of Lewis and his trainer Emanuel Stewart is that Klitschko has never fought at a pace this feverish and that he can't go the distance.
Oh boy, it wasn't for that eye.
It's Lewis who's having trouble with the pace.
That's right.
Oh, I can remember when 10 years ago when Evander Holyfield had the same feeling about Riddick Bowe and he wound up losing.
It's all Lennox Lewis can do to stand up. Not because of Vitali Klitschko's punches, but because of his own exhaustion. Because of the damage to Vitali Klitschko's eye, and Lennox Lewis, in spite of himself, has a successful defense of his heavyweight
And
title.
you know I'm happy because this guy showed he's got heart, he's tough, he can come back. But you blow your eye, that's the end of everything. That was a long-awaited. They should have done that a little earlier.
Klitschko is very upset that they've stopped the fight. Yelling, no. He didn't want the fight stopped. Who stopped the fight? Was it the commission or was it his corner? Harold Letterman.
Okay, Larry. Dr. Paul Wallace, the chief physician here in California, looked at the cut, went to referee Lou Moret in the middle of the ring, and advised Lou to stop the fight. Lou Moret waved his arms, and it was all over. So it was referee Lou Moret stopping the fight on the advice of Dr. Paul Wallace.
And Larry,
it's not one cut, it was 2 cuts. There are 2 cuts under that eye.
Larry, to use one of your phrases from a past fight,
This was not. You know, it's everyone. So I am good prepared for this fight. I take everyone jab. I punch him with everyone jab.
How were you able to avoid his right hand? Could you see it that easily?
He never one time punched me very hard with right hand, because I saw every punch. He's a good fighter. He make great fights. I know in this fight when doctor don't stop, I win this fight. I win this fight by point. You know, you can see my fight record. I can knock in first round. I can fight this last round and knock him in 11 or 12 rounds. I want rematch. When doctor stop the fight, I won't fight again. I show for everybody I can be Lewis.
All right, let's take a look at what happened when your eye was cut, and you describe what you see for us, Vitali. Oh, this is when you're in the corner and it's over. Were you shocked?
No. I feel when Dr. Tell stopped, it was a big surprise for me. The question is why?
All right. Do you think, Vitali, that you redeemed the reputation of the Klitschkos by fighting so valiantly with so much courage.
Hast du den Ruf der Klitschkos wiederhergestellt, dass du so hart hier gefightet hast?
I can fight. I fight every fight very hard. I have good opponents. It's just one unlucky fight when I tore my ligament in the shoulder. I can see Chris Byrd. I won every 9 rounds by point. I lost just 1 round against Chris Byrd. I stopped the fight because I can fight. It was just unlucky fight for me. You know, I am so disappointed. I'm destroyed with this decision. Because I prepare me for this fight so long time. I wait 1 year, the chance to fight world championship. I want to be the world champion. It happens. It's not a big problem. I can see with left eyes.
I think many of us would like to see a rematch. Thank you for such a great fight. And I think you must have certainly been heartened by the response of the crowd here at the end of the fight.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much for audience here in the Staples Center, because everybody support me in this fight, and I want rematch. I want rematch, and Lewis, I beat him. I know that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for a great fight again. You said that he had no skill level and that he had no heart. What do you say now?
Well, you know, if the fight would have went more, they should have stopped.
No, the fight didn't go more. What happened in the 6 rounds? What is your impression of him now?
It's okay. Yeah, what do you want me to say?
I don't want to what you say. Was it a harder fight than you anticipated?
No, not really. You know, I was getting to him. There's no way he could have finished the fight. If you look at the state of his face, there's no way. He's lucky the fight was stopped. I was just getting to him, and he was just deteriorating anyway. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just asking you for your impressions, because you seem to dismiss him that he could even compete with you.
Well, yeah, of course he can compete with me. That's why he's here in the #1 position.
Well, I understand you were behind on all the judges' scorecards.
Listen, he would have got knocked out the next couple of rounds. It was just a matter of time. He was definitely deteriorating. So I don't even know what you're talking about there.
Well, I'm telling you what the score is. I'm just telling you what the scoring of the officials was.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, the referee's lucky he stopped the fight anyway. Look at the state of his face.
Would you say now that he has no heart?
Well, you know, you would have seen the next couple rounds. He would have probably.
You don't want to give him any credit, it seems.
I do give him credit. He's in #1 position. He's my mandatory. I gave him a chance to fight, and you know, I dismissed him in the sense of, you know, to save his face.
What made him difficult to fight?
You know, he's got an unusual style, European style. Plus, I only had a week to prepare for it. So, you know.
He seemed to be able to somehow with a big right hand. How did he do that?
Well, I wouldn't say he avoided them. And yeah, like I said, the next couple of rounds would have told the whole thing.
Were you tired? You looked like you were tired as well.
I was just getting my second win there.
Were you hurt by a punch in around the 2nd round? It seemed that it shook you a little bit. Were you surprised? Did it wake you up?
Yeah, it definitely did wake me up, you know. We're big guys. Any punch from both of us is going to hurt. So, you know, I hurt him a couple of times, even more times than he hurt me.
Was your plan to make it this kind of a brawl because you felt that he had never been in such a fight and that he could not go a distance?
You know, I still feel he cannot go the distance with me. As you can see, he was definitely deteriorating. That's why I was trying to stay close to him and slugging it out, because he's never been in a dogfight. Most of his fights that I've seen, he's just stayed back and basically jabbed, did what he wants, and that's what happened. So my plan was just to go in there, dog him, stay close to him, make him throw a lot of punches.
I don't recall your being in too many dog fights like this. This was a tremendous fight for 6 rounds.
Yeah, I wanted to be in a dog fight, because I know when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm tougher than him.
Will you give him a rematch?
You know, if it calls for, if the money's right, yeah, definitely.
Why do you think the fans were cheering him and booing you at the end?
I wouldn't say that, Larry. You know, I wouldn't really say that.
Because, do you think maybe they were just surprised that he fought better than they anticipated, and they were cheering for the underdog?
I wouldn't say that, Larry. I wouldn't say that. I would say that they like a good fight. The fact that he stuck in there with me for those couple of rounds, I made it a good fight. I think that's what they appreciate. But like I said, if he would have retired, I would have knocked him out. It was just a matter of time. I was definitely getting to him. Look at the state of his face. You know, #1, no guy test.
Well, you are the champion, but what might have happened, we don't know. What did happen, we do know. Thanks.
Lennox Lewis is the best. I laid them all to rest.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I won Klitschko for lunch. Yo, bring on his brother, too. I'll have his brother for
That was a hard meal to digest, Lennox. Jim?
I digested it good. So don't know what you're talking about.
All right, and as Lennox continues to talk in the ring, we'll show you once again the punch that caused the cut. Looked like the side of the glove may have caught Klitschko's eye, causing that big rip, George.
That was a punch. You know, you get in the ring, you're going to get hit by those right hands. You're tall, eye level, and he got cut, and it opened big.
Yeah,
it wasn't a cheating,
No, first time, not the first time that a fighter has won a fight while losing on the scorecards because he cut up the opponent.
It's the best heavyweight title fight I've seen in years. I never expected anything like this.
Had a little bit of the drama of George Foreman.